sit down video because I have been going through so many things in my life, and when you are going through new experiences, it can be very hard to find guidance, to not give up. It can be very hard to believe that things will get better. And I've been at the point in my life where I'm thinking nothing is ever going to get better. This is not going to end. This pain that I'm feeling is not going to end ever. And I think that's a very hard thing to cope with because you're kind of just there, kind of just sitting there in your thoughts and your pain, wondering when is like things going to change, and I've sat with those emotions for so long. Ever since I started university in September, I've kind of felt like my whole life just kind of flipped upside down and tore me apart, and everything kind of went wrong. And obviously I'm the kind of person who is optimistic. I'm very optimistic. I like to think of the best possible outcomes. I also think that's a positive thing if you want to manifest. Like, you want to think about like the things that can go right, like the good things, and you can kind of just think that like nothing is ever gonna get better, and I feel like everything's against you, everything's targeted to you, and you don't know how to cope with it, Anyways, like I was saying, it can be very hard to have hope and find peace, but I want you to know that as a person who has gone through so much heartbreak, so much loss, so much confusion, so many emotions, so many dark thoughts in the span of like September to, what month is it? January? Yeah, that's like a long time. It's like 4 or 5 months. Like, it's such a shock when you go from being your absolute happiest to kind of everything falling apart, losing people and hurting people, getting hurt. You don't know what to do with yourself. You want to give up. Like, coming from a person who stuck it through, who did not give up or give in to those dark thoughts, genuinely, just keep going. You will find peace because regardless of whatever you believe in, there's a plan for you. I believe that God had a plan for me. I believe that now. I see that now. I see that He was planning this for me to bring me the peace that I needed, and we cannot always get our questions answered, and I think we have to accept that some things will be left like unanswered, and you just have to eliminate in that. I was fortunate enough to get a lot of my questions answered, but there's still a lot that I don't know. There's still a lot that I am confused about in many situations in my life, and I'm just gonna have to accept the fact that that's just the way it is. I have to move on. I have to choose. You have to choose yourself, because then you will find peace. And I think it's important to choose yourself. Choose yourself every single time. Do not fight for a person who will not fight for you. Do not give in to a person who will not be upset or be affected by your absence. You're giving your heart to someone that is not willing to do the most for you. And maybe there is someone out there who's willing to do the most for you, so do not settle for the love that you think that you deserve. You deserve everything. Even if you do not believe that, even if you're thinking, oh, I made mistakes, I did bad things, you deserve to be happy just as much as anybody else does. And I think that's important to accept. It's important to acknowledge your mistakes and to forgive yourself. It doesn't matter if the other person forgives you or not. You need to forgive yourself within yourself. Not because they forgive you, if they do. Just you need to find the peace within yourself to feel happy. And that's hard. It's really hard. But you have to just trust in the universe, trust in God, that peace is coming, because I waited, and I waited, and I waited, and I waited, and I did not think that anything would get better. I thought I was going to feel this way forever. Sad, emotions, but I waited it out and I found peace. Peace found me. I found answers within myself. And now I know how I want to live the rest of my life. I want to better myself. I want to work on myself. I want to feel happy again on my own. And I think when you go through like relationships and breakups and becoming attached and connected to someone, it can be easy to lose yourself. It can be easy to forget about who you are as a person and put your worth in somebody else. And I think that's a dangerous game to play. If you put your worth into somebody else, they could take it away and make you feel like you're worth nothing. And you are not worth nothing. I don't care how many mistakes, how many things you've done. No human is worth nothing. So just remember that you are important and you are special and you are loved, if not by anyone, by me. Because I know what it's like to make mistakes. I know what it's like to kill yourself over. But it gets to a point where hating yourself is not doing any good. You need to find your peace and forgive yourself. And I can't really tell you how to do that. You just have to take it one step at a time and do that on your own. And just have trust in God that you will feel happy again. Because I guarantee you it's going to come one day and you are going to feel so empowered by how free you feel. And it makes me want to cry because I felt so lost, so heartbroken in the past few months. And now I feel at peace. I feel happier. Yeah, I can let the things go that do not serve me. And that takes a lot of courage. And don't get me wrong, there's still things that I need to let go of. Still things that I need to get rid of. And I'm working on that. I'm making the change one step at a time to become better. But I know right now that I do believe in myself that I can be better. And I do believe that you can be better too. Just know that it does get better. Things do lighten up and you just need to find the peace within yourself to accept that. And you know, from Perks of a Wallflower, we accept the love that we think we deserve. Do not accept the love that is less than, that destroys you, that makes you cry every single day. If love is worth fighting for, fight for it. But if you have to fight to keep the other person in your life and they're not fighting just as hard, you gotta go, bro. You gotta let that boy go, or that girl go. You gotta let them go, that person. Anyways, you deserve great things and a great person. And I don't think you need that person right away. I think you need to feel happy on your own. And I think after going through breakups and relationships and stuff, you may not know how to be alone, and that's really scary. But I think it's okay to be alone. I spent a lot of my life alone, you know? And I was totally okay with it. I was totally fine. And sure, I'm lonely some of the time, but I'm also very happy when I'm with people that care about me. So, yeah. I don't know, I just think you need to choose yourself at the end of the day, because at the end of the day, all you have is you. And somebody very wise told me that. So, make goals, work on yourself, and you will feel at peace being with you, because you know how to be happy with yourself. I love you all so very much. I believe that such good things are coming for you, and I pray for those things. I hope for those things for every single one of you watching this. I appreciate you watching this, first of all, and yeah, I want to post on YouTube again, so I might do that, but I love you all so much, and maybe I'll make more videos in the library. Bye!